Hey there everybody, welcome back to another one of my budgeting videos. I wanted to show you the line of credit debt payoff tracker system that I have created for myself for 2025. It is a bit more minimalistic and less cutesy than a lot of the really lovely ones that I find online. I did a bunch of sort of searching and looking at free printables and getting ideas off of other people's ones for, like how to make one. And then I realized that as much as I love some of those, they don't really have the information, like they're not tracking the information that I want to track. And so I decided to just make one for myself. So it's a lot more minimalistic and functional, I suppose. It's not visually appealing to look at, but I like it. And since I'm the one using it, I figure that's kind of what matters. So this is one section of it. I have these that are being used monthly, these 2 pages. Or not pages, but like little cutouts. And then I have like a year at a glance page as well, which I will show you in a minute. So these are the exact same thing, except one is designed for months where I have 3 paychecks and one is designed for months where I have 2 paychecks. I have 2 months in 2025 where I get 3 paychecks. So I've got 2 of these ones printed out and all the rest look like this. So let's just go over what I want to track. In this area here, I'm going to be putting the beginning balance of the line of credit debt, and then payment number 1, payment number 2, I left a spot for extra payment because I am living in eternal hope that I will have months where I have extra money and can make an extra payment, whether it's from a GST check or I don't know, like I managed to bring in extra money somewhere, I get a payment from my blog, something, just something. So I've got a section for that. And then an end of month balance, which will have to wait until the actual billing cycle ends. So that won't be done on the last paycheck of the month, but rather like 5-ish business days afterwards once everything closes up. Now, other information that I want to track that is just sort of a number for the month kind of a thing is the minimum monthly payment, because that goes down every month as long as I keep getting the debt down. And then there's 2 different types of interest that get charged to the card. So I want to track what the interest amount that I get charged for both of those is for the month, are for the month, grammar. And then same with the disability premium that gets charged once a month. At the end, I see all 3 of these numbers when the billing cycle closes. And so I will fill those in when that happens. I do want to write down the interest rate for every month. This means nothing to me in terms of like my strategy for paying off the line of credit. It doesn't affect anything. It's really just for my own nosiness that I want to keep an eye, and when I come back and look at it as it progresses through the year, just see how the interest rate has changed. I know it's gone down another 0.5%. And for me, it's one of those things I find interesting to track, even though it doesn't really change anything for me. And then at the end of every month when the billing cycle ends, I'm also going to fill in the total paid off so far. Now this little thing is going to be an insert in my budgeting book. So let me show you where it's going to go. 1 second. Okay, so this is my 2025 budgeting book, and here's my January pages. So when I do my budget, the expense tracker pages I don't use for the expense tracking. I use it to write out my budget. So what I will do is, while we're actively in the month, I will have this just sort of like put a little paper clip attached probably on the calendar page, just so I can grab it for easy reference to fill it out. And then once the month is complete on these expense tracker pages, so next week I have a payday, so this page will get filled out, but then after that the rest of them will be blank, and I'm just going to use some washi tape and attach it to the page. And then that way, so I'm one of those people that likes to go back and look at old notebooks and old planners and things like that and just sort of like reminisce a little bit, I suppose. So I'll be able to, as I'm flipping through the year, look and just see at a glance like how it progressed throughout the year. I also have a year at a glance page that I made. More so because I'm a very visual person, I suppose, and I liked the idea of having the insert for every month, but also just having one page that I can fill out, see a little bit less information, but maybe the more pertinent information, and just have it really quickly at a glance to be able to see for the whole year. So this one will just have the month, the opening balance, the closing balance, the minimum monthly payment, and then the total paid off so far. I have enough rows for the entire year. It's very self-explanatory. It's, like you can't really, I don't think, get confused by it. I just want to keep track of the opening and the closing balance within each of the months, and the minimum monthly payment because that goes down every time, and then the total paid off because it's very satisfying to see that number get bigger while all three of these ones will be getting smaller. So, ooh, sorry, I just kicked you. I didn't mean to. Let's make sure you're still seeing things. So these two things in combination are basically what is making up my line of credit debt payoff tracker system for 2025. I may, for these little pages, not really pages, but these little cutouts, I may find like some cute little stickers or some way of decorating them like a little bit. I don't know. I think I probably will, but currently in this moment while I'm sitting here, I'm not so fussed that I'm going to go dig up some stickers. But I did think we could fill in part of January's together. So January 2025, the beginning balance was $19,243.34. Payment number 1 was on January the 10th, and I paid $384.86. Now, the only other information that I have right now is the minimum monthly payment, which is $384.86. The rest of these will all come at the end of the billing cycle once it's closed off. And yeah, the rest of these can't happen until the month continues. So this is as much information as I can fill in right now, but still to me, it's exciting. I'm very happy that I have a tracker system figured out, and one that is functional and that I like and tracks all the information that I'm interested in. More so, I am going to like it when I'm, even just like a handful of months into the year and I can sort of look back on them and this page has multiple entries on it. I just find things like that where I can really just see it all changing in front of me very motivating, and it helps me to keep going. So yeah. I don't know. This is my tracking system. I'm curious if you have a tracking system for some debt that you're paying off. I was trying to make one, you see those cute ones where you like color in a square and the square indicates every however many hundreds of dollars towards paying off your debt, something like that. I love ones like that, but I struggle with them because I don't know how to explain why I struggle with them, but I do. I was looking into making one of my own. And couldn't really come up with one, so I decided to just stick with what I know and with what I like and with what my brain likes looking at. And if I'm really sad halfway through the month about not having something to color, I'll make something then, and then I'll have 6 months worth of coloring to catch up on. But for now, this is it. This is my line of credit debt payout tracker. I'd love to know what you think about it, if there's anything you think could be done better, or maybe there's something you like about it. That might be nice. What your tracking systems are like, I'm also really curious. I love seeing how other people are tracking, like paying off their debt. Yeah, that's all I have for this video. You will be seeing these every time I do a debt payoff, like a line of credit debt payoff update, which they tend to be once a month, I suppose, because I wait until like the pay period has closed off and I have all of the information to fill out for the month. I think I sometimes did one halfway through just so I could show the payment that I made halfway. I really can't remember what I did last year, but these I'm thinking are going to be more of like a monthly at the end of every month or the beginning of the new month, just to bring you up to date with all the numbers in one go. Although you will probably see me in like my bi-weekly budgeting videos filling out whatever payment that I made, because I don't see why I wouldn't fill that out there. Okay, now that I've just rambled at you while I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to be recording videos about this, thank you so very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I would love to hear any suggestions or ideas you have for payout trackers, or just information about what yours look like. I hope everybody's budget is going really well, and if you do have a tracker that you are finding enjoyment in looking at it, because for as plain and simple as mine is, it makes me happy to look at it. And I think that's sort of half the battle, because filling them in is great, but you have to want to fill them in. And I think part of wanting to fill them in, if you're like me and you're a visual person, is liking what you're looking at, as silly as that may seem. I will talk to you all in the next video. Stay safe out there. Bye.